So, welcome, Barbara, to the Driven Female Entrepreneur podcast. So glad to have you with us today.
Thank you so much, Melita, for inviting me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here.
Now, I know that a lot of people in my audience are very nice women who are out there. They want to make a difference. They want to help others, because that's what entrepreneurship is all about. It's about finding a problem and solving it and helping more people. But that does often put us in this bracket of being a bit of a people pleaser, being a bit too nice. And so I am so excited to have you here, because you're the number one expert on helping women who are too nice to become kick-ass. And I love that.
Thank you. I love it too. You're right. So many women, we are like that. I think we are conditioned and brought up, right? To be nice and smile and, don't talk back and all these things. And in life, it's all about striking a balance, right? It's not that being nice is wrong. No, being nice is a good thing. The problem is when you are too nice, because all extremes are bad. So something that is good in the right measure, and it's a virtue, when you take it to an extreme, it becomes a vice, right? And so a lot of women, and I come from Latin America especially, right? So it's a chauvinistic society, to make things work.
Right. Can we try with your headphones again? Because the sound has just gone really crackly, so we didn't get much of that.
Oh, okay. Sure, let me do that.
And what you're sharing is just too good. We need to make sure we get all of this.
Okay.
So everyone on Facebook, you're getting live behind the scenes what really goes on in a podcast. It doesn't always go right.
Okay, is this better, Marita?
Yeah, it's a little bit quiet though.
Okay, I can put this closer to me. Yeah.
Can you put?
Maybe I can hold it.
Yeah, that's
how about now?
Yeah, that's fine.
This is good. Okay, I can hold it.
Oh, that's okay. It just came on, so you probably don't need to hold it all the way through, because maybe it was acclimatizing to your voice a bit, maybe.
Okay. So we give it a try. Let me know.
Yeah. Scrap that. What I have to do is leave a little pause and then clap so that my editor can see where the thing is. So we'll just. So, hi, I'm really excited today to have Barbara here with us on the Driven Female Entrepreneurs podcast, because I know a lot of women out there in the audience are starting out in business. And as entrepreneurs, what we do is we start a business to solve a problem. We are out there because we want to help people achieve more, be better in some way. And that often puts us in the bracket of being too nice. And Barbara is the number one expert on helping women to go from being too nice to being kick-ass. So I am so excited to have you here today, Barbara.
Thanks so much, Melita, for the invitation. I love to be here with you and bring this message of empowerment to so many women that need it, and especially in the times that we're living now, right? That there is so much fear. So we need it more than ever.
Yeah, exactly. So I always start at the very beginning, and I'd love it if you could share with us how you became a kick-ass coach yourself. So what made you start this business?
Yeah, great question, Marita. Actually, oh my God, I started out so differently. I did a bachelor's in computer science. Can you imagine? And then I did an MBA. And I was working as a programmer, when I think that I have to laugh. But in my personal life, I was experiencing something that I couldn't figure out. I was an accomplished woman, I could speak 3 languages, and I was married to a Frenchman, but I found that I had a very asymmetric relationship. He was up here and I was here. And things always had to be his way. And I couldn't figure out, and I had been raised, Melita, to like worship marriage. Marriage was above everything else. And it was my responsibility as a woman to make it work. So I did everything. I read so many books. and tried everything, implemented so many things to make it work. And at some point, through reading and finding out, I realized, oh my gosh, I'm actually what the term is a codependent. So codependent or people pleaser, or what I call too nice, is what I used to be. And so it took me on this journey to figure out, how do I get out of this, because I realized the more I did for my husband, the less it worked. It was not about being nicer, which originally I thought I have to be more nice. And so many women are in that, even at their workplace, right? So they end up with all the crap people tell, give them so much stuff to do that they shouldn't do, but they don't know how to say no. Yeah. And so I went on this journey of discovery, and then I discovered coaching, and I studied it, and then through coaching you understand yourself better. And then I became a full-fledged coach, and I said, wow. And when I was set free, I said, my goodness, I found my thing. It's definitely not IT, it's not business, it's setting women free.
I love that. And we've heard a lot on this podcast already about people who have built up this amazing career. They've studied for years and years and years down one path, and then suddenly they realize, this is what I want to do. And it takes a lot of courage to step away from that and do something completely different. So congratulations on taking that step, but not only taking that step, but taking women with you on that journey.
Yes, thank you, Melita. I found that, life, it takes on another color when we follow our hearts and not our heads, right? When we follow our heads, like what is rational, and no, this makes sense and this is logical, we're operating on that space that it's just, the satisfaction is not the same. And I think it's very frustrating. When we take the leap, right, which is what I did in my personal life too, Melita, when I took the leap to leave my relationship, my marriage of 20 years, and on which I had worked so much, and I took the leap to leave that and follow my heart. And actually, I had met a man who was amazing, and it also took a lot of courage. But like, whenever I've done that to follow my heart, it's been the most amazing thing, and I cannot conceive of life any differently. And especially, Melita, I want to add, as an entrepreneur, if we're not following what we really love, we're gonna drop it. Because we know as entrepreneurship is a tough path. And if you're just there as like a quick win or for the money, you're going to drop it. And we see many people like that they go from one thing to the other, right? Yeah. Because the only way that you can stick to something that is so hard and then try to figure it out and, try one more thing and look for coaches and look for mentors is because you are passionate and you really love what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not passionate, you won't master your craft. And it's all about that consistency, continuing to learn and moving into that mastery section, but you won't do it unless you love it. And that's been shown by so many studies that yes, you can work hard at something, but you'll only ever excel when you love it, when you really can get in the flow and produce something beautiful that's going to really be meaningful for you, but also then be meaningful for others and add value in the way that only you can, which is really something very special.
No, and I want to add, Melita, that some people are like, I don't know if I'm really passionate about it, and I give them this litmus test. I say, if in your free time you choose to read up on that means you're passionate about it, right? Like, this is what I realized. My goodness, it was no way in my free time I was going to read about IT. But whenever I have some free time, I love to read about my craft, self-development and coaching and new techniques in coaching and NLP and, all the new stuff that's coming up. So then, yeah, exactly as you say, and this is the only way that you can really excel at it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always that my passion is communication. So I love to help women excel in their business, but there's always, I believe, the communication piece is so important. How you communicate with yourself, how you connect with others, how you can draw people in and use that communication to create something more than yourself. And I've got, I don't know if you can see behind me, but so many books on my bookshelf, plus everything else I've got on Audible in different areas. But also it's something that follows me. So I've worked in so many organizations as a volunteer on communications. I've set up a Toastmasters club. I'm a TEDx coach. I work with the Leaning group on communications and entrepreneurship. And yeah, it's something that I just feel, I just love helping other people see themselves and connect in different ways through communication, and doing it the right way, but in which is actually very, very simple. And I think a lot of people get scared because I think it's this big scary thing, but keeping it simple and just carrying on going. But yeah, if it wasn't my passion, it wouldn't be something that I'd just be so
Exactly.
fulfilled with and spend all my time doing. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yes, you're right. And this is another litmus test. Is it, are you willing to do it for free, right? Because it's so rewarding for you that you can even do it for free and you don't mind because it's, you love it, right? So this is, yeah, absolutely another way of knowing. Yeah.
Yeah, is that exactly. So you started your business, and it was something that you stumbled on through your failing marriage, unfortunately, but it's transformed your life, which is wonderful, and now you're using that to transform others. When you started to do your business in earnest, how did things change? Did you always feel, did it match your expectations then?
Oh my God, no. Because I thought, it's so funny because, before I divorced, I was doing my work as a hobby, right? And then I thought, oh my gosh, once I divorce and I don't have this toxic person in my life, my business is going to go like this, shoom, I mean, it's going to be a matter of months, and no, what I discovered is, wow, it's really a process. And as they say, our business is an extension of ourselves. So
Mm.
I had to grow. And after being in a toxic relationship, your self-confidence suffers a lot. So mine had suffered a lot. So what I realized is, oh my goodness, no, I had to build myself up first. I had to learn things like learning to take rejection and not letting it kill me, right? Like, okay, not taking it personally, right? I had to learn putting myself out there just exactly because I want to serve and I needed to use my talents, because this is how we gain self-confidence in life. This is how we become proud of ourselves, right? So it was like taking all these steps, and then I realized all the fears that I had and all the insecurities that I had. And it was like, wow, so it was really a process until then I got to a point that I felt so good. So it was definitely not what I expected. And another thing I want to mention, that we were discussing a little bit before, is that yes, I want to tell people that maybe say yes, but I don't have that much confidence, right, in my abilities because I'm starting. And exactly, it's like I feel it's like the chicken and egg dilemma, like which came first, the chicken or the egg? It's exactly that. Which comes first, your experience or your confidence? Because you need confidence to sell yourself, but then you need experience to gain more confidence, right? So to me, it's like this little, thing like this. So as soon as I gain a little bit of more confidence, I have to, yes, believe in myself, and then get a little bit more experience. And then, wow, this feeds my confidence. And then this, then I can sell myself better. And then this feeds my experience. So really, it's like, it's this little dance, right? But this is how we improve. So
Yeah, and thank you for bringing that up, because it's such an important point with confidence, that we kind of feel, oh, I'll wait till I'm more confident before I take that next step. But it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You get confidence from taking that first step and realizing that you could do it. Confidence doesn't come from knowing you can do stuff. It comes from knowing you can figure things out, and you can try new things, and even if you fail, it's okay. You'll learn from that. You'll still grow through that experience. So that idea of taking the baby steps is so powerful.
absolutely. No, exactly. We're all faced with that. Is, oh, but exactly. I don't believe enough in myself. How can I go out there? And yeah, it's an act of faith, right, Manita? For you have to, it's an act of faith. And it's faith, and then reality catches up to your faith, and then more faith, and then reality catches up. And this is how we grow. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to take that deep breath and go for it.
Yeah.
I love the book by Susan Jeffers, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. That was really my motto. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm really scared now. I was like, okay, well, I just have to go for it. If I feel passionate about it and I'm excited, then I just have to do it anyway. And figure
Exactly.
it out as I go along. And so far, every time I've done that, I've always been so pleasantly surprised. And then you look back and you think, why did I doubt myself?
It's
But you
true.
have to keep doing that on a consistent basis. And it doesn't need to be just in your business, I guess. You can push yourself in other areas as well and say, oh, I'm going to be red for the
Absolutely.
first time. And the more ways you can prove to yourself that you can do new things, it has this ripple effect across all aspects of your life.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, and I think and I think in life we're so tempted to fall into fear, right, Melita? In every area, as a parent, am I doing it right? Are my kids going to be all right? Right? In everything, in our relationships, at work. I mean, you name it. It's unbelievable. Actually, I feel that the universe or God, whatever you call it, speaks to me a lot through my little dog. I have a little Pomeranian. She's very cute, but she's so fearful. So whenever, I mean, even if we bring like a new big bag of rice into the house, she'll get afraid because it's something new. And whenever I see her doing that, I'm like, oh my God, God is telling me the same. Look, Barbara, you're just the same. Whenever it's someday a little thing changes in your life, you're like, oh my God. And it doesn't matter how many times we go through the same thing. We also experience fear, Melita. It's like the traumas that we experience, right? Because it's my specialty. So for example, again, my little dog, whenever she rides in a car, she's super afraid. And although she comes out alive, after every ride, but she doesn't realize, she doesn't think, wait, I already did this many times, I came out alive, right? And I feel again the universe is telling me the same thing. How many times have you not done the same thing and you're still scared?
Yeah.
And so I say, oh my goodness, yes, this is I think our biggest struggle for human beings. Just, yeah, feeling fear and doing it anyway.
Yeah, and I think that's so true. And the fear never really goes away. And it's something that we have to go through and build the tools so that when we come up against that next time, we have the tools to know we can manage that. And in business, it's so important that at the very early stages, we have so many fears and doubts, but we have to work through those. And then we have the toolkit, because when you come to scale up or do something different, all those fears and doubts are going to come back again. They never really completely go away. But then you have the tools, you've done it before, and maybe at a different scale or different things at stake, but then you can take that next step forward with a little bit more conviction to your faith than previously, and just keep going and reach out. And one thing I notice that women don't do enough of is asking for help.
Ah,
And when you get in that moment and you don't know what to do and you are feeling fearful, there are so many people around. Like with the Driven Female Entrepreneurs Club, we have a whole community of women there to support each other. You just need to ask for some support or get a coach or find out what it is that's going to help you.
you're so right, Melita, especially the women that I work with, because we've had this role in our lives of being there for others, right? Being there for others, helping others. For us is so natural, right? And women in general, is so natural to help others. But to ask for help, as you said, to receive it, it just feels wrong for us, because it's like there's a disconnect. Wait, this is not my role. So we feel out of place when we ask for help or receive help. This is something that I help my clients with. No. And what happens is, if we persist in that behavior, we create asymmetric relationships. So okay, normally then you will attract somebody who then likes to take, because you only like to give, so the other only likes to take, right? And that kind of relationship is just unsustainable.
Yeah. Great lesson there. So tell me a little bit more about your typical client and who you help and what that journey might look like.
Okay, great question. My typical client is a lovely woman, is a woman really with a big heart, who is out there to help everybody else. Because she's so giving, she attracts men who are narcissists, or who are cheaters, or who don't value her. At work as well, she finds the same thing, that even if she's the most capable woman in the room, she's not seen for promotions. She's not taken into account because people don't value her although she has so much value, because she doesn't value herself, right? And this is not because there's something wrong with her, but this is because of childhood wounds that we haven't healed, right? Of feeling in our homes that we were not loved, or that our parents favored a sibling, or, you know, whatever it was. And so, yeah, my typical client is that type of woman, and I take her through a journey of first healing those wounds. Actually, my work is on the line between coaching and therapy. So it's really helping her heal those wounds, and then teaching her how to value herself, and how to stand up for herself, and how to not throw her pearls to the pigs, and how to get rid of toxic people in her life. And the results are amazing. Once we heal and we have the right tools, then they are able to manifest the relationship that they always wanted, you know, like I did. And that's, to me, there's nothing more beautiful than love. Or to get the promotion that they wanted, because all of a sudden now people take her seriously, right? Because she's no longer a doormat. So yeah, so that's why it's such a rewarding work.
Yeah, I love that, and thank you so much for what you do for women. And I see it in my with my business clients. Once they learn how to communicate the value they offer, and really to understand that, and it's obviously on a different level, but all of a sudden this world of possibility opens up, and it's just the most magic moment.
Exactly, absolutely.
So, Barbara, you have shared so many amazing, amazing lessons. And just before we go, is there one big message that you would like to share with all the women out there?
Okay, for women entrepreneurs, because this is our audience today, I would say, yes, it really all comes down to belief in yourself. I mean, really. And the only way to build up that belief is to take these steps of faith, and then let reality catch up. Little step of faith, reality catch up. And if in the beginning you have to do all your work for free until you build up experience, do it. I think this stops a lot of women. Oh no, but you know, and you have gurus that say, no, start charging big tickets. But you know, if you don't feel it inside of you, it's not going to be authentic. There's going to be this struggle, internal struggle in you. Oh my God, I'm charging this much, but I don't know if I can deliver. And if you have this struggle, it's going to show through. So I would say my biggest message to people is that, hey, even if you don't say it, people can sense your energy. People can sense if there's not alignment. So first, be in alignment with yourself, and grow and respect yourself. Respect your own journey. Don't try to copy somebody else's journey. Respect your own journey, right? Get help, but the right help where you are being respected and you are honoring your values, which are different for all of us. This is how you're authentic.
Wow, what an incredible lesson to end on. Thank you so much, Barbara. And if anybody would like to know more, how can they get in touch with you?
We'll share a link, but they can go to my website. It's emotionalstrength.com. And you can sign up there to have a chat with me. It's a free chat, just to even find out, are you too nice, right? Some women are like, am I too nice? You know, they don't know. Let me help you find out if you are too nice. If you're not, I will send you on your way. If you are, we can work something out that it's a win-win for both of us.
Brilliant. Thank you. And everyone, that's an incredibly generous offer. So take Barbara up on that. Don't be too nice.
Exactly.
Go to emotionalstrength.com and book a meeting with Barbara and get yourself on that journey, because as women, for our relationships, for our businesses, we really owe it to ourselves to be the best that we can become, and really to have that confidence in our own value. And as I say, then a world of possibility is going to open up. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Thank you, Melita. It's been a lot of fun here sharing with you. I look forward to the result.